What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Cheryl. Thank you so much for the PayPal. Really appreciate it, Cheryl. And I want to give you a huge shout out to Jeff S. Thank you so much for the Venmo. Really appreciate you, hooligans. Thank you so much for the support. We're going to be starting off with this first video titled, House passes short-term funding bills, Senate gridlock threatens government shutdown. That's quite the title there, but they're going to be talking about how DC was lying about their numbers and how it's not as safe as they were claiming. Then we got a video titled, Trump to fire U.S. attorney for resisting effort to charge New York AG Letitia James. So it seems like President Trump is going to be trying to cause Letitia James to lose her job, but they claim that's all because he couldn't find any wrongdoing on her end, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but we'll see how that goes. Then we got a video titled, Close Friends Harrowing Account of Charlie Kirk's Final Moments. It's kind of a sad story, but it's a little bit more information on what happened with Charlie Kirk and all of that. Then we got a video titled, Trump labels Antifa as terrorist organization, sparking debate on legality and implications. They're going back to saying that Antifa is just an idea. I haven't heard them say that since like 2020, but that's what they're going back to saying. They're saying there's no leaders, there's no organizers, there's no universal message. It is just an idea, which is a bunch of bullshit. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Tiger Jaw, and it's titled, The Moon is Full. Then getting back into the news, we got a video titled, Tear Gas Deployed Amid Protest Outside Suburban Ice Processing Center. They were out there in Chicago protesting, I guess. I don't know. They said there was less than 100 people, but after they started getting hit with the CS gas, they pretty much dispersed. Then we got a video titled, 11 elected officials arrested at anti-ICE protest in New York City, which is just ridiculous to have that many elected officials getting arrested, paying them to protest. That's fucking bullshit. Then we got a video titled, Judge Orders Mahmoud Khalil deported to Syria or Algeria, which is pretty interesting because the last time we seen him, he was cut loose, he was free, he had private security all of a sudden, and then he was participating in protests, even though they supposedly let him out of the detention center so he could go see his child for the first time. Now he's getting deported. Then we got a follow-up video. It's titled New Details in Deadly Ambush that killed 3 Pennsylvania officers. Yesterday we covered a video that was talking about 3 cops that were shot and killed as they showed up to a domestic dispute situation. 2 of them in critical condition at the time. I can't remember if they say anything about the 2 officers in the hospital in this, but some more details on the story. Then we got a video titled, Police Search David's Home After Body Discovered in Car. David is I don't know if he's a rapper or a singer or what, but they just found a body in his car of like a 15-year-old. And they got matching tattoos. It's not looking good. Then the last little bit of the news is 4 charged in disturbing international child smuggling ring. These pieces of shit were charging $900 to traffic children across the border. Hopefully they get some real accountability. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Who Through, and it's titled, Grandpa's Had Enough. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Guess Some, and it's titled, Smoke 'em If You Got 'em. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Live Review? What's up, Guess Some? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Turbo? What's up, Russell? What's up, Simply Witchy? What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Zero? What's up, Tom Tom? And what's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Watchman? I think you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and thank you for racing in the chat, Watchman. What's up, Rip? What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy freedom. What's up, Patriot Dad? What's up, Puffy Stuff? What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Magic Moon? What's up, H Big? Happy freedom. What's up, Danon? What's up, Muskie Boss? Thank you so much, Cricket Kiss, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. You're badass. Thank you so much, Cricket Kiss. Says, please sing my ding-a-ling song. Oh my goodness. I will see if I can sing it later. I don't know if I know the words well enough to sing it. We'll see. But thank you, Cricket Kiss. I really appreciate it. Cricket Kiss, rap it if you want to. I don't know if I know the lyrics. I might have to look them up. What's up, Rappy? What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Odd? Happy freedom. Let me see. My eyes are not working. What's up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom to you. If I haven't got you already. Too Old to Care. Looking tired and it's only Friday. Oh, I'm much more than tired. What's up, Boosted Flames? Happy freedom. Thank you so much, Guess Some, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. You're a badass, Guess Some. Thank you so much for the support. It says 1-900 Get Some. That's right, Guess Some. That's right. Thank you so much for the support. Make sure we get everybody. Zero, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, my feed? Happy freedom. I think we got everybody. Happy freedom, you hooligans. Make sure you hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Crispy? Happy freedom to you. And thank you so much for the Kick points over on there. You're badass. Thank you so much. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. And what is up, everyone over on the Goof Tube? Come on, chat. Cheeky Chops, you were first today. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom. What's up, Joe? What's up, Mr. Phillips? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sassy Patriot? Happy freedom. What's up, EFO? Happy freedom to you. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Damon Walker? Happy freedom. You're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Dave? Happy freedom. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom. Scrolling through. I think we got everybody. Make sure you hooligans hit the like button over on the commie platform as well. And what is up, everyone over on X? Watchman, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you, Watchman. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Turbo? Happy freedom. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we're going to be starting off with this first video titled House Passes Short-Term Funding Bill. Senate Gridlock Threatens Government Shutdown. It's that time of the year again where they threaten to take away food stamps and all that bullshit because they don't know how to budget money. They do this all the time, and I don't know why. They act like it's our fault. It's our fault that they can't budget money. Now in this, they're going to be talking about something other than everybody losing their government benefits and all this shit. They're going to be talking about how they had officers lying about shooting and stabbing reports and was writing them down as incidents in order to make the statistics lower. That's what they were trying to tell President Trump when he sent the National Guard to DC, that the crime was at a 30-year low and all this stuff. Well, they're about to talk about why the numbers are like that, and they claim it's because it's some fraudulent stuff. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we've made steel tumblers in this design. Today I got on the I am an American and I do not comply t-shirt. We have lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video.
Mendelsohn struggled to find an answer to that, citing ongoing investigations. The exchange comes after Washington paid a settlement to a former police sergeant who accused police leaders of reclassifying serious crimes to make the city appear safer. Police union officials have also claimed officers were told to downgrade reports, even labeling some shootings and stabbings as incident reports. Jordan says all of it points to a pattern of downplaying crime in the nation's capital, an issue now facing tough congressional scrutiny. Live on Capitol Hill, I'm Kayla Gaskins reporting for the National News Desk.
Okay, real quick one there at the beginning. Just admitting that they were lying about DC being safer. It's not. It's all made up. We're going to get right into this next video. This is Trump to fire U.S. attorney for resisting effort to charge New York AG Letitia James. They should be sued in court for defamation because that title is straight bullshit. They have no merit to make those kinds of claims, but it does sound like President Trump is going to be going after Letitia James. I don't think they know why. I don't think we know why, other than her being unfit for the job. but they claim that this is all retaliation. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Let's turn now to President Trump, who is expected to fire the U.S. attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia after his office was unable to find incriminating evidence against New York Attorney General Letitia James.
Yeah, this follows a months-long investigation. James's lawyer says this is all part of a revenge tour, as they call it, after James successfully brought a civil fraud case against President Trump. ABC's John Carl has more from the White House.
Hey guys, it's no secret that Letitia James, the New York Attorney General, is very high on President Trump's list of enemies. And now ABC News has learned in a major escalation of his effort to get retribution against her, that the president intends to fire the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia. This is one of the country's most powerful, most important U.S. Attorney's office, responsible for the bulk of counterterrorism cases and espionage cases. They had been investigating Letitia James for some 5 months based on allegations from the administration that James had committed mortgage fraud when she bought her home some 2 years ago. After that 5 months of investigation, the U.S. Attorney, his name is Eric Siebert, found no incriminating evidence worthy of prosecution that did not make the administration happy. We are told that he will be fired and that President Trump intends to put somebody in there as the new U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia who will more aggressively go after and attempt to prosecute the New York Attorney General. So again, President Trump promised retribution against his enemies, and he sure seems determined to get it.
Okay, so I think it's a little mixed messaging there, but either way, they're trying to say that this guy didn't do what President Trump wanted, and so he's going to fire him because of it. Now, again, there's nothing suggesting that he's doing this to be malicious, and at the same time, if you go to McDonald's and you order a cheeseburger and they put a chicken sandwich in your fucking bag, that person could face scrutiny because they're not good at their fucking job. So, I mean, I don't know. Again, they're just trying to smear President Trump while he's eyeballing Letitia James. We already know she's a piece of shit. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't find any wrongdoing with the whole mortgage thing because she's not the only one that supposedly has done that. And who knows if they didn't find wrongdoing, maybe they're just looking the other way, knowing how accountability is so elusive these days. Either way, next up we have close friends' harrowing account of Charlie Kirk's final moments. This is sort of hard to hear, but it's more details about what happened with Charlie Kirk. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Trump and Letitia James, as well as them talking about D.C. lying about their numbers. They were saying that D.C. paid a settlement to former police sergeant that accused police leaders of reclassifying serious crimes to make the city appear safer. They mentioned officers were being told to report shootings and stabbings as incident reports. That is no good. We're going to hop in the chat, and like I said, got some Charlie Kirk news coming up next. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom. No one is above the law. I mean, they're not supposed to be. Guess she's getting what she asked for? I agree. Russell, shut her down. She needs it. Hair juicer. Yeah, I don't know what happened. When we went to go live, Rumble Studio did want to go live on Rumble. Because that's the fucking week I'm having. They know these judges are out of their minds. Yeah. I don't know why every little thing they do, everybody just acts like those are the rules now. Like, these district judges overrule the president. That just doesn't make any sense. Ghostly, it's clear fraud. The DA is a far leftist, the same dude that let shapeshifters in girls' bathrooms in high schools. Yep. Magic Moon, mortgage fraud is okay now. That's basically what they're saying. However, if we try to do that, then, they'll be cracking down on us. Toilet care, James is a fraud broad. You're not wrong. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lone Wolf? Happy freedom to you. Kirkus, how is your leg? It hurts. And I'm all out of antibiotics. So I don't know what we're going to do. Might have to go back to the damn doctor so they can lie to me and waste my time. What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy Freedom. It's not good, Keep It Salty. It is not good. What's up, Richard? Happy Freedom. If you do a bad job, there could be consequences. Yep. I mean, that's how every job goes. So next you see the doctor on Saturday? I don't know. I don't normally go see those people. Normally I don't allow them to waste my time. But, you know, since I told you guys I have a spider bite, now I have to do that. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, close friend, or it says friends, although we only hear the account of one person. Close friends, harrowing account of Charlie Kirk's final moments here. We're going to get this pulled up real quick. Like,
Were you able?
Maybe. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up. Like I said, this has to do with Charlie Kirk. It's his friend, and I guess also his mentor. I've never really heard of this person before. I was kind of looking into them, but I ran out of time, so I'll have to keep researching this person. But either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Were you able? We all saw the video. Obviously, you're trying to stop the bleeding because he's bleeding out. Did you have any success at all?
Sean, the two gentlemen who were on each side of Charlie did heroic work trying to stop the bleeding. I was trying to stop it as well, but they were much calmer than I was. And he was looking right back at me, right through me. His eyes were dilated. They were fixed. I later learned from the surgeon, Sean, that Charlie died instantly. And the only comfort was that he did not suffer. But of course, we didn't know that at the time. And so we were trying to do everything we could. And it is true that when we got to the hospital, the team who was right on it did get a pulse for a short period of time. But the doctor later said that it was just because Charlie was a healthy young man that we could restart his heart. But the injury was catastrophic. And so it wasn't like if we had better medical attention or if we were a little bit faster getting to the hospital that it would have made a difference. Charlie died instantly. He was with Jesus, absent from the body, present with the Lord, Sean.
All right. So like I said, kind of hard to hear there. And as I mentioned, I didn't realize that Charlie had a mentor that he was taking advice from. I want to research more about that guy, learn more about him. I guess he has his own events and stuff that he's organized. Either way, next up we have Trump labels Antifa as terrorist organization, sparking debate on legality and implications. In this video, they're going to be talking about how Antifa is just an idea and just, it's like deja vu. It's like it's 2020 all over again. Antifa is not real. That's just an idea. I can't believe we're back here after all this time. Either way, it's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about them describing Charlie Kirk's final moments. Zero, too much damage. It's awful. Yeah, absolutely. Russell, tragic day. I agree. All of you guys posting spiders in the chat. Thank you so much, Gina, for gifting a sub over on Rumble. You're awesome, Gina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $2 donation over on Rumble. You're awesome, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. Says, take care of that shit, Jeff. Don't need a peg leg. Yeah, I don't know what to do at this point. I went to the doctor. I actually saw two doctors. I only told you guys about the one, but I went and saw two doctors. They both did the same thing. They each charged me $900. Neither of them saw me longer than 5 minutes. And they both agreed that I should be on the doxycycline. And I don't have any anymore. And it didn't help me do fucking jack shit. It was a big waste of time. And I'm up $1,800 in bills. And I'm pissed off about it. And so now that I'm out of pills and I still have this wound on my leg, I don't know what we're going to do next. I don't know. I feel like I have a temp, but whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I don't want, what do they call it? I don't want to be miserable. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just going to offend everybody. We'll just save it. If the spider bite gets me, lie about it. Tell everybody that something else got me. I don't want to be dead from fucking stupid spider bite. I'm sorry that God made me such a fucking pussy. I can't do anything about it. It's fucking bullshit. Hair juicer, poor Charlie. Put my flag back at full mast this morning. Almost cried. Yeah, hair juicer. I know there's a lot of people who feel that way. Magic Moon, yeah, it was $900 per doctor. Waste of my time. Richard, God actually blessed Charlie with a quick and painless death. Yeah. All of us gotta kick the bucket. It's just, how is it gonna happen? Richard, we are all Charlie. Absolutely. What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy Freedom? What video, Toy Mafia? I don't know if I've seen the video you're talking about. Damon Walker, doctors and lawyers. I told you they only want your money. They don't cure anything. They're just money laundering machine. Yep. Yes, they are. Crit Kiss takes about a week for the poison and the injury to heal. Well, I'm going on week 6, and so 6 weeks with a hole in my leg is not very fun. I'm trying to get myself pissed off enough to where I can just cut it open and dump peroxide in it. That's what I should have did. I was like, no, don't mess with it. It might get infected. Now it's infected. It's like, I should have just took my own advice. I always give good advice. I never take it though. Guess I'm so sorry that the spider bit you. All I can say is, why couldn't it have been you, Hill, instead? I want that in my eulogy, guess I'm. That's what I want. And you got to give the eulogy. And if you cry, you got to start all over at the beginning. You got to do it until you don't cry. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, Trump labels Antifa as terrorist organization, sparking debate on legality and implications. Because these people are a bunch of fucking domestic terrorist sympathizers, and they're going to go back to calling Antifa just an idea, which is a bunch of bullshit. I was watching those ideas running around and burning buildings down and calling white people racist and all kinds of shit for years. Crazy idea. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
I'm Christine Frizzell in Washington. It's been a target of President Trump for years now, and tonight he's taking action, designating the protest group Antifa as a terrorist organization. But the group is not official and operates domestically, 2 factors that could complicate his move. The movement gained national prominence back in 2017, facing off with far-right protesters in Charlottesville, Virginia, and staging violent demonstrations following the murder of George Floyd in cities like Portland and Seattle. Antifa, short for anti-fascist, has been a Trump target for years.
Antifa's a bad group, and they're criminals, and they're anarchists, and they're agitators.
President Trump now declaring he's designating the group, which he calls a sick, dangerous, radical left disaster, as a major terrorist organization.
I think it strengthens prosecutions of Antifa, but it's really kind of a vague, ambiguous legal classification.
The group, though, is not an actual organization. There's no leadership or centralized message. One reason his previous FBI director said this at a House hearing.
We look at Antifa as more of an ideology or a movement than an organization.
Concerns mounting from critics after more than 20 Republicans signed this letter asking Speaker of the House Mike Johnson to form a new committee to investigate, quote, the money, influence, and power behind the radical left's assault on America, to include non-governmental organizations, donors, media, and public officials, as lawmakers warn of a dangerous new chapter that could lead to all voices the president doesn't like being silenced.
They're using this tragedy in this moment where we need leadership and unifying of Americans. They're using it to now target free speech. They're using it to target political dissent and to crack down on their political opponents.
Legal experts tell me this designation will give the FBI and Justice Department far greater authority to go after people with any connections to Antifa. That's because under the Patriot Act, signed into law after the terror attacks of 9/11, suspected supporters of domestic terrorism can be targeted simply because of their beliefs and their speech. I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.
Well, good stuff for Antifa. Like I said, they're going back to saying that Antifa is just an idea, but if they actually sign into law that they're designated as domestic terrorists, then they can be targeted for investigation just based on their beliefs, which is really interesting because there's a lot of accounts on the internet that have Antifa in their bio and stuff like that, or they'll have flags or whatever it may be symbolizing that they're a part of that nonsense. So it'd be interesting to see those guys get knocks on the door by the three-letter agencies for a change. Of course, the three-letter agencies, I already know who most of them are, but you know, either way. Next up, we got our midlife break. It's our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Tiger Jaw and is titled The Moon is Full. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Antifa possibly being labeled as terrorists, as well as the damn news claiming this just an idea all over again. Russell, I've been calling Antifa terrorists for years. Guess I'm same. Yeah. Well, they are. They are a bunch of terrorists. Turbo, you got to pee on the doctor's leg. Show dominance. Yeah. Something. Magic Moon Democrats are all criminals. They are. That's why they sympathize with these guys. Lone Wolf idea my ass. I know. I can't believe that they say that at this point. Like, after everything that's happened and been on the news, and to turn around and say Antifa is an idea is stupid. It's like saying Al Qaeda is an idea. I don't know. I don't know where they're getting that from. Crick says, we will all cry and then auction Klaus off. You guys have to split Klaus equally. I was thinking about it last night. What's up, Deborah? Happy freedom. Tony Rez, when's the baby shower? I don't know. I put my hand on my leg earlier and it doesn't seem like the babies are ready yet. What's up, TBD? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Hooligans Island? Happy freedom to you. Thank you so much, Bright Gaming, for rating us over on Rumble. Thank you so much, Bright Gaming, for that raid over on Rumble. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Cheat Chops, thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. What's up, Skit? Happy freedom. What's up, Raiders? Happy freedom to you. Meow meow. Well, get up here. Get up here. We gotta figure out how we're gonna divide you into equal pieces. Yes. Yeah, I know what time it is. He's like, it's Fancy Feast time. Why are you at the computer? What's up, Simply Witchy? Happy freedom. What's up, 10 Man? Happy freedom to you. Toy Rez, is that Jeva's new Spidey powers? I wish these powers would kick in. Richard, Antifa's George Soros mules. Yeah. What's up, Gray Man? Happy freedom. What's up, Distracted? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom. Alright, hooligans, we're gonna get into this next video. Like I said, we got our midlife break coming up. It's our funny video halfway through. Give me a second to pull this up if I can. Now, does this go full screen? It does not. There's nothing terrible on the screen, so I think we'll be okay. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open your browser, go to rumble.com, log in, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get into our midlife break here. I don't know how to make it full screen because I've never been on this website before, but we're going to figure it out. Like I said, this is provided by Tiger John. It's titled The Moon is Full.
Oh, crap. Act natural. Be cool. She's got an idea. Don't look up. Don't look up. Oh, no.
In the arms of...
Happens. He was trying to howl at the moon there. Either way, getting back into the news here. Next up, we got tear gas deployed amid protest outside of Suburban Ice Processing Center. This over in Chicago, I'm pretty sure. There's protesters out there, and they were all mad about, you know, illegals being illegals and other things that just don't matter. Of course, they started hitting them with that CS gas, and then they skedaddled. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Breaking news, federal agents at the Broadview immigration facility fired pepper balls at protesters and took at least 2 people into custody. It appears some type of gas dispersed the crowd at one point. Good morning, I'm Dana Rebick, in for Patrick Elwood.
And I'm Dina Bair. Thank you for joining us. Take a look right now. Demonstrators are still outside that facility. You're looking at a live picture from Skycam 9 now. WGN's Eric Rung is on the ground live in Broadview with the very latest. Eric?
Well, good morning. Even a couple of hours after the federal agents used those chemicals on the demonstrators out here, you could still feel it stinging your eyes as well as your throats. Protesters out here say they're not going to back down. In a cloud of tear gas smoke, federal agents attempt to leave the immigration processing center in Broadview.
I think the big flashpoint is when people were getting shot directly with tear gas and treated horribly, thrown to the ground.
At least 2 protesters were detained and taken inside the facility.
So they keep saying they're going to continue to use chemical agents against us, and we can plan to just stand here and hold this line.
For the 4th Friday in a row, about 100 or so demonstrators have gathered outside the facility to protest ICE's enhanced immigration enforcement known as Operation Midway Blitz. The lieutenant governor was here today and tells us neither her or the governor have received any information from the Trump administration.
And what I can say is that what I've heard and what I understand is that the conditions are deplorable. That this was to be a processing center and it's being used as a detention center, or at least people staying longer than just processing.
The Trump administration says this enhanced enforcement effort is to get the worst of the worst undocumented immigrants out of the country. Demonstrators believe all undocumented immigrants are being targeted.
Yeah, you can't not. It's in the air, but also just the terror that they're trying to impose. It's not going to work, but ultimately, yes, I think everybody else is a little shaken up right now, but we're still here.
Now, the demonstrators have decreased significantly out in front of this Broadview Immigration Processing Center. There's still about 20 to 30 of them still here, although things have been quiet and we haven't seen any more chemicals deployed. We're live in Broadview. I'm Eric Rung, WGN News.
Thank you, Eric. We'll check in again with Eric at the top of the next hour.
All right. So like I said, protesters mad because ICE is doing their job. They don't know what it's like to have a job. Either way. They're saying that less than 100 protesters showed up outside of the Immigration Detention Center to cry about invaders being in the country illegally. They're mad about Midway Blitz being a success. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem to matter that much. Really, those protesters showed up, they cried hard, they got hit with pepper balls, and then they went home smelling like ass. So, I mean, it's just another day. Either way, next up, we got 11 elected officials arrested at anti-ICE protests in New York City. These people should be pulled down. Like, there's no reason the taxpayers should be paying elected officials to go protest. Like, if you're going to protest, do that shit off the clock. Like, I don't know. I don't get that shit. But either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about them crying in Chicago. Guess something, they should have stayed home. Decreased? Yeah, tear gas has that effect. Yup, they found out the hard way. Ten-man ICE slammed one fat bitch to the ground and cuffed and stuffed that fat bitch. That's funny. I'm surprised they didn't throw their back out dealing with them. Heavy protesters. Heard user say hello to Senor Pepper Spray. That's right. It's a Pain. Happy Freedom. Yeah, Pain. They were in the find out stages. Deborah, arrest them all for obstruction of justice. They could. My fee, the protesters aren't paying for him either. It's true. Plus, quack, they're lucky they didn't get the fire hose. I think there's some law that was passed saying that protesters can't be hit with the fire hose. That's why we haven't seen that, like, since the 80s or whenever it last happened. Cheeky Chops getting a new holster. It's badass. Spend time looking into it, because holsters are expensive, and it sucks when you pay a lot of money for a holster and then it's hard to wear. It's uncomfortable. It's, clunky. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy Freedom. Well, there's the Klaus Daniels. Well, I can't find it, but somebody was asking me if I was going to cover the Kirk memorial thing that's going on Sunday. I wasn't planning on it, but I am considering it. I didn't realize it was on Sunday. I thought it was going to be on Saturday, but Russell brought it up earlier, and now I've seen 2 or 3 people talk about it. We might. We'll see how it goes. What's up, B Money? Happy Freedom. What's up, Boom? Happy Freedom to you. Cause too hungry for the camera. I know, he acts like he don't know how to control himself. He's sitting here doing laps around me. Like I haven't noticed him or something. Harold, imagine the hippie stink. It probably just smells like meth. What's up, Teasel? Happy Freedom. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, 11 elected officials were arrested at an anti-ICE protest in New York City. I don't know. I think there should be consequences to this. Like, yeah, they have the right to protest and all of that, but they're also public servants. And if we're paying them to go outside and protest, that's not right. That's not what we're paying them to do. Either way, hit the like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Dozens of arrests outside federal immigration offices in Lower Manhattan yesterday, among them 2 high-ranking city officials.
We're talking about Controller Brad Lander, Public Advocate Jumaane Williams. Neither of them are newcomers when it comes to run-ins with ICE officers.
Yesterday's protests over the conditions inside the holding facility for detained migrants. That's where we find Eyewitness News reporter Phil Tate live for us in Lower Manhattan with the details here. Good morning, Phil.
Yeah, Pedro, good morning. It's been a quiet morning outside of 26 Federal Plaza, but that wasn't the case yesterday evening, rather a chaotic scene, and that's as protesters had erupted outside of the immigration holding facility and rallying against what they say are poor conditions. Now, at this rally, there were 71 people that were arrested. 11 of them were elected officials, including Brad Lander and Jumaane Williams. Now, protesters held a sit-in on the heels of a federal judge this week requiring the government to shape up its treatment of detainees. The government building now a hotbed of arrest and detention amid President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration. Several officials were arrested inside the building while attempting to inspect holding rooms on the 10th floor, alleging ICE is inappropriately holding people for extended periods of time and not using them as a temporary holding cell for detainees to be processed. Officials spoke out last night, saying their intentions were to give a voice to the most vulnerable.
Nobody's goal is to get arrested. The goal is to stop the vile violations of law that ICE is inflicting on our neighbors in our city.
Vulnerable communities are in danger. And in history, when we see this happening, what we know is that people who have a little bit more privilege have to do a little bit more to protect those who don't. And so I'm proud to be with some folks who said, we're going to at least do what we can do with what we have where we are to stop what's happening.
Homeland Security in a statement saying in part, quote, Brad Lander's obsession with attacking the brave men and women of law enforcement physically and rhetorically must stop now. This type of rhetoric is contributing to the 1,000% surge in assaults of ICE officers through this repeated vilification and demonization of ICE. Now, we're told of the 71 people arrested, including those 11 elected officials, they were released. They did release summons. Important to note, at one point, this building was even on lockdown. We are live in Lower Manhattan this morning. I'm Phil Tate, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay. So they were saying, as soon as I clicked the wrong button here, 71 people were arrested. They claim, and the people arrested were claiming that ICE has been holding people beyond due process. That's the whole reason why they're out there crying, is they think that they just enjoy housing illegals. So they went out there to do that, and then as they arrested 71 people, 11 of them were elected officials. Like, people should be pissed about that. Electing people so they can go stand in the streets and cry about ICE doing their job. Like, how does it even work? You're an elected official. You have a better idea of how ICE functions than everybody else, and then you still take your ass outside to go hang out with everyone else pretending to be a protester. Like, what a waste of money. Either way, next up, we got a follow-up video. It's titled, Judge Orders Mahmoud Khalil Deported to Syria or Algeria. Like I was saying, the last follow-up we had, he had been released from a federal detention facility. I can't remember exactly. I think he was in custody because they were waiting for his trial about him lying on his green card status, and then somehow a judge had made an order to release him, and they were saying, oh, his firstborn was born while he was incarcerated, and he needed to be free so he could see what it was like to be a father. And then the next fucking day, he was in a protest with private security in a tinted out black SUV. Just all of a sudden, he's just got all this money and stuff. And now here he is again. He's about to get deported. I don't know. Lots of back and forth between him and Kilmar Abrego Garcia. These guys are constantly in the news. Maybe might, shoulda, coulda, woulda get deported. We'll see. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these 11 elected officials being arrested, along with 71 other people at this protest because ICE is doing their job. Yeah, it's like running from a Senate vote, Dems break the law. Yep. Here, Juicer, did he say rural Manhattan? I think they mean like in the park. I don't know. I'm not sure what the extension of rural is. I don't think of New York City when I'm thinking of rural areas. Tom, the poor conditions are probably still better than where they came from? Yeah, I imagine so. Happy freedom to you, Muskie Boss. Thank you for joining us over here on the website. Much love to you, Muskie Boss. Hey, thanks for being here, Rip. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Crick is being governed by idiots, paid campaigns. Yep, it's true. Paying them to go outside and protest. What a bunch of nonsense. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom. My feed, they should be suspended without pay. I agree. There should be consequences to them getting paid to go out there and protest and waste time. What's up, Goth? Happy freedom to you. Thanks so much, Southern Eagleman, for gifting a sub over on Twitch. You're a badass, Southern Eagleman. Thank you so much for the support. Out here gifting subs. That's so awesome. What's up, Brig? Happy freedom. What's up, Mike Ingle? Happy freedom to you. What's up, 2K? Happy freedom. Teasel, it's all an illusion, it seems. I agree. Lots of back and forth. It seems like nothing gets done. What's up, Wake Up? Happy freedom to you. Alright, hooligans. We're going to move forward here. Like I said, next up we got Judge orders Mahmoud Khalil deported to Syria or Algeria. I don't know if they're leaving the choice up to him or what. They're claiming that his attorney will be trying to file an appeal. I don't know where he's getting all this money from. Maybe it was Palestine. God only knows. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
Next story we've been following since his arrest by ICE agents on March 8th. We have an update. An immigration judge is ordering the deportation of former Columbia graduate student Mahmoud Khalil.
All right, lawyers for the pro-Palestinian protesters say they will appeal this decision, but it seems like a real possibility. Good day's Haley Fixler. She's here now with all these details. Haley, what's going on?
Good morning, Dan. Tijani. Well, these court documents were just filed yesterday. The federal immigration judge says that Khalil hid information on his U.S. green card application, and she's ordering him to be sent back to Algeria or Syria. So let's break this all down. The Louisiana judge says that Khalil did not disclose his internship with the United Nations Relief and Works Agency. Now, the U.S. had suspended funding to that organization because of allegations that staff were involved with Hamas in the October 7th terrorist attacks in Israel. The judge also says Khalil failed to mention his relationship with an anti-Israel campus group called the Columbia University Apartheid Divest. Now, the judge wrote, quote, "The court finds the respondent's lack of candor and purposeful failure to disclose complete information to be significant negative factors," adding, quote, "The court finds that the respondent willfully misrepresented material facts for the sole purpose of circumventing the immigration process and reducing the likelihood his application would be denied." Now, again, this all started on March 8th when ICE arrested the 30-year-old at his Columbia University apartment. The Palestinian, who was born in Syria, was arrested after leading the pro-Palestinian protests on campus. Federal officials have accused him of siding with terrorists and have called him a national security threat. And there has been a lot of back and forth since then. In June, a Biden-appointed judge blocked Khalil's initial deportation orders and ordered for his release from a detention center in Louisiana. Of course, this new order now could change things. Khalil's also sued the Trump administration and has said officials are targeting him. He's also called them fascists. In a statement regarding this new ruling, Khalil says, quote, "It is no surprise that the Trump administration continues to retaliate against me for my exercise of free speech. Their latest attempt through a kangaroo immigration court exposes their true colors once again." Now, Khalil's lawyers have until mid-October to file their appeal. They say they do plan to do so, and they've framed this case as a broader civil rights battle. Dan, Tashani.
More to come for sure. Haley, thank you for that report.
Okay. So, like I said, follow up there on Mahmoud Khalil. They're going to figure out if he's going to Syria or Algeria. They don't really know yet. I don't know. They need to just get these illegals out of here. I don't understand why we have this guy and Kilmar Abrego Garcia where they just like will not go away. Like they threatened to deport him. Well, with Kilmar, they said he was never coming back. And now that he's back, we can't get rid of him. Like, supposedly we're getting rid of thousands of illegals every day. But these two yahoos, we're just yo-yoing them. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It'll be nice when they actually get deported like for good and we don't have to cover any more follow-ups on these idiots, because it just doesn't make any sense. What's so special about them? Nothing. There's nothing that significant about these guys. They just keep them in the news because it's so controversial. Next up, new details on deadly ambush that killed 3 Pennsylvania officers. Yesterday we covered a video that was talking about officers showing up to a domestic dispute situation. 3 of them were shot and killed. 2 were put in critical condition. We got a follow-up. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about Mahmoud Khalil. Yeah, Tin Man, I agree. Jay Spray, send him to Gaza. Yeah, they love it so much out there, might as well. Russell, the Dems are dying on this hill. Yeah, it's just perpetually in the news. What's up, Kea? Happy freedom. Kea, send the Democrats back to the moon. Is that where we got them from? Mary Toddy's not a citizen. I know. They love to lie about it to get all the blue voters all riled up. Lone Wolf, I think she fakes that voice. Sounds like the reporter on Family Guy. I believe it. I was in Dollar General the other day and this woman was behind the counter and she had a stone cold face. She looked like she fucking hates her life. And then she was just like, "Is there anything else I could do for you today?" Blah, 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 blah. But her face looked like she just hated her life. Just hated being alive. And I was like, damn, that is quite the customer service voice. I wanted to give her a tip just because of that, because she was trying so hard and so little at the same time. If you could look at her, you wouldn't think that was the same person. It was good stuff, though. TBD, I understand. Picture day, I worked my ass off this week. Glad it's Friday. Heck yeah. I'm ready for a break. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Toasty? Happy freedom. Hooligans on a hooligan tip. Aw, she wasn't ready for that. She's too skinny. She couldn't handle all that. Thank you so much, Rich, for that 100 bits over there on Twitch. You're a badass, Rich. Thank you so much for the support. Holy, what do we got going on over here? Thank you so much, Richard, for gifting, is it 6 subs over on Twitch? You're awesome. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Everybody's a hooligan over on Twitch. Thank you, Richard. Then walking and being blocked on YouTube. Imagine that. Yeah. YouTube sucks. What's up, Junie Bug? Happy freedom. Grapefruit, he withheld info. He can't stay here. Yep. Supposedly, that's the only reason he's even here, is because he's supposed to be waiting this trial in New Jersey about lying on his green card status. But I don't know when that's supposed to happen. So, Tomafia, happy freedom. Tomafia, there's 2 people in the crowd that KO'd Charlie with a cell. Oh, yeah. Well, it's not KO, but yeah, I haven't seen that video yet. Simply witchy. I have resting bitch face. It comes in handy at times. I have something like that too. Every once in a while, people will come up to me and they'll be like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing." And they're like, "Well, why do you look like that?" "Because life's fucking hard." "What do you mean? Why do you look like that?" And they're like, "Well, you look pissed off." And I'm like, "No, it's my regular face." It's just the way my face looks. I just be looking pissed off. I don't. Have you seen the size of my cat? It's hard to feed him. I go broke trying to feed this cow of a cat here. Hooligans down. Let's see your O face. All right, hooligans, let's move forward. Like I said, we got a follow-up video here. New details in deadly ambush that killed 3 Pennsylvania officers. Let's get this pulled up. I don't know if this is going to be the last of the follow-ups on this story or not. And I also can't remember if they've mentioned the 2 officers in critical condition. If we were going to have a follow-up, I assume that's what it would be. It would be to hear about the 2 officers in critical condition that are still in the hospital. But either way, I'm getting some more details on what happened here. Make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
We are learning new details about the deadly ambush of 3 police officers in Pennsylvania on Wednesday. Authorities have identified the officers who all served in the same police department in York County. They were at a home to arrest a suspected stalker. Tom Hansen has more details on the attack.
Prosecutors say 24-year-old Matthew Ruth was stalking his ex-girlfriend and hiding at her rural Pennsylvania house waiting to kill her before he opened fire on law enforcement Wednesday afternoon.
Rather than being able to provide ultimate safety, they wound up having to provide ultimate sacrifice.
Police were first called to the scene late Tuesday night when they say a woman's outdoor camera captured Ruth, her daughter's ex-boyfriend, on the property. Officers said the suspect had an AR-15 style rifle and the search for him began.
They could not find him, despite searching over the next several hours.
The next day, the officers returned to the scene looking for the suspect.
Upon immediately opening the door, the actor repeatedly fired at the officers with multiple rounds.
Northern York County Police detectives Mark Baker and Isaiah Emmenheiser, along with Detective Sergeant Cody Becker, were killed at the door. A 4th officer was critically injured. Outside, prosecutors say Ruth shot a deputy sheriff before he was killed.
I hear 25, 35 shots ring out.
A farmer who lives near the scene says he heard the gunfire.
What'd you think initially? Initially, I thought the neighbors shooting their gun. It's only after the aftermath of the helicopters and first responders that started to click.
Now the small community is in grief.
Do you personally know any of the officers? I think you'd be hard-pressed to find someone around here that didn't know them.
Now, the women who lived at the house were not there at the time of the shootout. According to the district attorney, had they arrived instead of calling police, they almost certainly would have been killed by the suspect. Tony.
Tom, thank you very much.
All right, that's our follow-up there. On the officers getting shot, 5 of them were shot, 3 of them died, 2 of them in critical condition. And I was reading the chat, so I don't even know if they talked about the 2 in the hospital. But either way, they were saying that this guy was stalking his ex-girlfriend. He was hiding in the house waiting for her to come home. The officers were shot and killed as they went through the door entering the house. The FBI and the DOJ... Oh, no, actually, that's notes for a whole different video there. Anyways, yeah, I don't know if they talked about the 2 officers in critical condition or not. And like I said, if we get a follow-up on this, that's what I assume it would be about. Because the only thing we didn't really know is we didn't know a whole lot about the situation. Like they were saying when we covered the video originally that they didn't know how the officers had got shot. They just knew 3 were dead, 2 were in critical condition, and it was all over a response of domestic dispute. They didn't even say if it was domestic violence or not. Now we know the boyfriend was off the rails, or the ex-boyfriend there. It's no good. Either way, next up, police search David's home after body discovered in car. David is some sort of singer or something like that, some famous person, and they just found a body in the trunk of his Tesla. Now, we're going to cover this video here in a second, but I wonder if this is like a music industry thing, because the music industry is very much like the movie industry. And so, like, entertainment itself is human trafficking with a smile. That's what it is. Because they recruit teenagers. They have the parents sign off the rights to those kids to the industry. And the industry uses management to control them until they're into their adulthood, right? It's like Britney Spears, right? She was a Disney star or whatever, and then she was a pop star, and then she shaved her head and went off the fucking rails, right? And then she went into being locked up, and then now we just see her being crazy as fuck on Instagram, and that's who she is now. She's no longer useful. That's why she doesn't have handlers anymore. But these are the effects of human trafficking of the entertainment industry. Like I said, it's human trafficking with a smile. What I'm wondering is I'm wondering if this artist was set up as a power play. If they got him in the situation, they get him out of this situation, he will be in debt to them. He will be even more inclined to be controlled if they can get him out of this situation. Now, he's not being charged with a crime yet, but it's very weird, and it's just something I've been thinking in the back of my head. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what your hooligans think about this follow-up about those 5 officers being shot, 3 killed, and 2 in the hospital still. 10-man libs are trying to flip Tennessee blue. It's not going to happen. Too many hillbillies here. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see them try and flip Tennessee blue. I just don't see that happening. Simply Witchy, am I the news guy? Mary Todd, did the suspect die? Yes. I think they mentioned in the very beginning of the video that he did die in the exchange of fire, I believe it was. I'm going to look it up really quick, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah, he was fatally shot by police. So he shot and killed the first 3 officers that walked through the door, and then when the next 2 came in, one of those guys got him, if not both of them. Smoked him. Craighead's proving Craighead was in charge of the auto pen pardons. Yeah, I keep seeing stuff about that, but until they start getting rid of things done with the auto pen and all of that, that's why I haven't covered it. Because it just doesn't make sense to cover it, because I don't think they're going to do anything. They can talk about that auto pen all they want to. But until they undo the pardons and the EOs and everything else that was signed with the auto pen, until then, they're just blowing smoke. So I've been trying to avoid it. Tony Rez, Jeff Max got that face that says, I've been impregnated by a spider. Something like that. I don't know, you can tell by looking at me, at least not looking me in the face. When I go outside, I feel like everybody's just staring at my leg. I hate it. And not the fun one either. You know, if they were staring at that leg, I'd feel different, but it's not fun. What's up, Meta? Happy Freedom. Mike Engel AR at close range probably went through the vest. Yeah, probably. So Brian, happy freedom. Oh, I appreciate you, cheeky chops. Turbo Bear, get the spider for child support. I know. I'm saying. Cricket Kiss, a spider laid you and you didn't even know it. I know. Now I seem ungrateful. I swear I'm a better date than that. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, next up, police search David's home after a body was discovered in his car. He doesn't know how it got there. Nobody knows how it got there. They found a dead person, 15-year-old, probably connected to the singer. They got matching tattoos. No charges, though. Nope, no charges. I don't know if they're taking turns on the dead body or what. Either way, let's get this pulled up really quick. I don't understand it. I know if they found a dead body in my car, they wouldn't know who to charge first. That's what they would do. It'd be the opposite of this bullshit, which is part of what makes me think this is all part of the system working here. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
This morning, authorities urgently looking for clues in the death of Celeste Rivas, a 15-year-old girl who went missing more than a year ago. Her remains found inside a Tesla registered to the critically acclaimed singer, David. Investigators executing a search warrant at the home rented by the 20-year-old singer in the Hollywood Hills. Officers seen removing several items, including a computer, according to authorities. The skyrocketing career of the artist born David Anthony Burke now at a standstill. A performance at the Grammy Museum next week no longer listed on their website. He's not been charged with any crime and has yet to make a public statement. Rivas's body was found in the trunk of an impounded Tesla registered to the singer. At this time, investigators still working to determine a cause of death. The teenager grew up in this Southern California neighborhood of Lake Elsinore.
She always quiet, nice. She come in like if she buy like a chips, soda, and leave.
The medical examiner says she had a tattoo reading "shh" on her index finger. David had the same one, a popular design among performers.
One would need to get to the bottom of that to see if, in fact, she had some sort of relationship with him. That still doesn't mean that he harmed her, but it would give you a lot more information as to circumstances of her having interactions with him, and in particular, interactions with his vehicle.
Well, David canceled a tour stop in Seattle, but tickets are still available for his concerts tonight in California. Guys.
Okay, Kana, thanks very much.
Okay, like I said, it's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird story. They don't know how the body got there. They assume that it's connected to the singer somehow because they got matching tattoos, which doesn't say a whole lot because that's the way it is, right? These celebrities go on TV or Instagram or internet, and post pictures of their tattoos, and then everybody goes and gets those tattoos. That's pretty normal. So they can't prove by that they're directly connected. But nobody's being arrested. No charges filed. He cut his tour down, but he's still going live this weekend or whatever with a concert. But again, nobody's in trouble. They just found this dead girl that's been missing for a year. Just wound up in the back of a Tesla. Strange. I don't know. Seems very suspicious to me. And like I said before, I wonder if this is something that's happening to him. Like, I wonder if the industry is doing this to him one way or another. And like I said, they're creating a situation where he's going to have to rely on them, management, whoever is all in control of him, to get him out of this situation. And when they do, because it's in their best interest to do this, because they're not going to be able to make money off of him if he's in jail or house arrest or any of that kind of shit. If he's stuck in one location, he will be screwed. So it's in their best interest to get him off the hook. If they do, he will be in debt to them more than he already is. So like when you get a record deal and stuff, they sign you off for $1 million. You got $1 million here. That's a loan. That is not a gift. So if you cannot make that $1 million back, you are in a very bad situation. And that happens to most artists that get big record deals and stuff like that. And so I think that this kind of stuff, in my opinion, is another way for them to get these artists under their thumb, where they can get them in a situation where they're in trouble. Either they get themselves in trouble or they end up in trouble. And then the industry's like, well, I can help you, but you're going to owe me, and you'll never not owe me. And I feel like that's what's happening. There's no answers. It's just some random girl with matching tattoos, just in the trunk. Nobody knows what happened. And I think it's to make him in debt to the industry. That's what I think, but we'll see. Maybe we can get some follow-ups on this. Either way, next up, we got the last little bit of the news. 4 charged in disturbing international child smuggling ring. Thank God they busted these pieces of shit. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you Hooligans think about this singer having some 15-year-old body in his trunk there. Guess so. I'm sure Diddy can get him off. With enough baby oil, anything is possible. Turbo, or Zero, you got a pretty mouth. Yeah. That reminds me, we got the voice chat today. Tom, someone complained of a smell. Yeah, that's how they discovered it. Jay Spray, why was his car repoed? It's a good question. Guess I might change my tattoo to shit, just in case. That's right. That way they didn't connect it to you. I see what happened there. What's up, Flu? Happy Freedom. Go say, I think he was a pedo dating an underage girl and killed her. It could be. Hooligans Island, what happened to Diddy? We're just waiting for sentencing. He's still sitting in prison. He's waiting to see if they're going to give him some sort of bond before sentencing, but apparently that's not I don't think it's going to happen. I think it would have already happened. And so we're either waiting for sentencing or if they're going to just randomly let him out of jail on bond prior to sentencing. I can't remember what they were worried about. I think they were trying to say he was a flight risk or something, which I don't know. They think Diddy's a flight risk, but they don't think the illegals are a flight risk, so that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know, but we're pretty much waiting for that. We're waiting for his next court date, and Diddy will be back in the news. They'll wait for it to be convenient to cover up something else going on. So we're just like waiting for that. Torres, the fuck? It seems like they were defending the rapper. Yeah, that's what I mean. The whole story is very weird. It's almost like there's no victim. The way they talk about the story is like they found a cup of sugar. It didn't belong to them in the trunk of the car. That's how they talk about the story. And thanks for being here, Tony Rez. Enjoy the rest of your night. Hooligans Island, looks like everybody's live on Rumble at the same time. Yeah, right now is kind of the hot time to go live. I was late today because, I do that. I don't like to, but it happens. Don't those cars have a bunch of cameras? Yeah, and they're probably pulling the footage for the investigation. Bobby Johnson repoed before they can get rid of the body. Yeah. I mean, unless they did that intentionally. Maybe they thought if the car was sitting in a junkyard that nobody would notice it. What's up, Nick? Happy freedom. If I got pulled over for a traffic warrant, at least 8 hours of processing. Yeah. Yep. MU. Have looked at a car for sale that had a dead body smell. Can't mistake that smell and it'll never leave. Yeah, MU. Yep. Death smells like death. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into the last little bit of the news here before we get into the fun stuff. But before we do, I want to remind you guys that our friend Larry could really use your help. Our friend Larry is in need of a kidney transplant, and he has recently been in and out of the hospital. I put together a page for him over on the website. It has his story, his details, links, and all kinds of stuff. So if there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. All right, let's get this pulled up. Like I said, 4 monsters they were caught trafficking children at $900 a pop because there's some pieces of shit. They were drugging the kids so the kids couldn't speak, and they were trafficking them across the border. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
A Senate hearing highlighting the dangers of unaccompanied children at the border. 4 people now charged in a very disturbing case, accused of pretending to be parents and sedating children with marijuana gummies. Brooke Taylor is following this bizarre story. She's in Dallas for us. Brooke?
Hi, John. Yeah, we have reported countless times on the hundreds of thousands of unaccompanied children who crossed the border during the Biden administration, and then they were released to unvetted sponsors. Well, in this case, the smugglers went right through the Border Patrol checkpoints, pretended to be the parents, and also sedated the children. 2 U.S. citizens here and 2 Mexican nationals who are still wanted are charged right now in this smuggling scheme. Officials say that they smuggled children as young as 5 to 13 years old from Juarez, Mexico into the U.S. between May 2024 and October 2024. Pictures from court documents show the suspects at Border Patrol checkpoints posing as the children's parents by showing fake U.S. documents. The smugglers are accused of using gummies laced with marijuana to sedate these children, and in at least one case, a child was sent to the hospital.
We've seen everything from Benadryl to now these gummies being used to be able to sedate the children. and that way they're less likely to answer questions or provide anything that's going to be inconsistent or contrary to what the smuggler is saying.
Court documents include text messages to the suspect translated to English. Quote, "Young lady, are you working today? I have a boy 7 and 8. They are small." Another text says, quote, "Also, Fanny, I have 2 little girls ages 4 and 5. Proof of life pictures of some of the children were found on the suspect's phones. Special Agent Stevens says the parents trust the smugglers to deliver their children to family members in the U.S. despite the significant risks.
These children are nothing more than currency to the criminals and to the criminal organizations. And so for us, like, we want to ensure that we interdict this and stop this before they get here, because there are instances where we find children that are in stash houses.
And HSI El Paso says the smugglers were charging $900 per child. They're still investigating to see how many children were smuggled through this specific organization, John.
Yeah, we know that about 320,000 of them were lost track of. So we hope and we pray that they're okay. Brooke Taylor for us. Brooke, thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-host.
All right, like I said, talking about these 4 pieces of shit. They're out there trafficking children. They're saying that these people were sedating children with weed gummies. They talked about everything except for now I'm not gonna be able to think of what it is, because all I'm thinking of is antibiotics. The shit that people give their kids to go to sleep nowadays, not serotonin, that's what's in your fucking brain, whatever the fuck it is. Now I want to say amoxicillin, it's not that either way. There's gummies and all kinds of shit you can give your kids to make them go to sleep. It's supposed to be harmless, all this stuff. I believe in 10 years they're going to tell everybody, no, you're causing brain damage to your fucking kids because you don't want to deal with them, so you make them go to sleep after 5 o'clock every day. But either way, that was the only thing they didn't mention. They're saying that they're sedating these children so they could come across the border without the children answering questions. That's not the first time we've covered a story talking about that. Back when the border was still open, before Trump got in office, we were covering a story where they were figuring that out, that they were sedating the kids to bring them across, because otherwise the kids get questioned whether or not this is a family member and whatever. But if the child is not speaking and unresponsive, then they just let them carry the child into the country. And then, of course, they give them an EBT card because they're considered a family because they got kids with them. On top of that, these people were making $900 every child they trafficked across the border. So hopefully some real accountability gets thrown at these guys, because they sure as hell signed up for it. And just as another reminder, they busted these guys through text message. So it's not like they really got to figure the shit out. They have evidence. Like, these guys should be getting squashed like a bug over this stuff. Either way, like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. We are going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Who Through, and it's titled Grandpa's Had Enough. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Guess and it's titled Smoke 'em If You Got 'em. It's coming up next, but first, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about these 4 monsters that were trafficking children. Guess Doug Burgum was exposing this years ago. Yeah, melatonin. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I actually used to know a lot of people that were giving their kids melatonin. And I was like, why? They're like, well, it helps them sleep. So is ass whoopings. That don't mean you should just give them an ass whooping because it helps them sleep. But that's the way people are. They just don't want to be parents to their kids. And so, I mean, I'm not saying if you have to use what the fuck ever it is, melatonin. I'm not saying use equals abuse, but a lot of people that I have known in the past were abusing it. They just didn't want to raise their fucking kids. And so they're like, hey, eat this gummy really quick, even though it's 5:30 in the afternoon. And I want you to sleep 15 hours and get up for school tomorrow. And I'm like, your kid's going to have fucking problems if you keep doing that. I guess my uncle went through some shit like that. I guess it'd be my grandma, was sedating him so much that he was like 6 years old and couldn't talk because he was just being sedated all the time because she didn't want to deal with his ass. I don't know. I've grown up around real evil. Anyways, reading through the chat. 10-man wood chipper go burr. Exactly. Yeah, guess them so you'll respawn. That's how it works. Pain, there should be special treatment for these animals. I agree. Special punishment. Did I have to use melatonin for my boy, or he'll only get 2 hours of sleep if I don't give it to him? Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Use doesn't equal abuse. I was talking about the people that I've specifically had to deal with. Rappy's so sick and evil. I know. I don't know how those people could do that. Crossing the border is sketchy on its own, but then just to do it multiple times, just so you could traffic children at $900 a pop, that doesn't even sound worth it. Guess I might have mine on heroin. It works quicker. Gets the job done. It's so funny. 10-man. Damn, I know. That's so funny. Meta scumbags. Those people are scumbags. Rich, my dad fed me beer. Yeah. A little beer goes a long way. Starting to use it. Yeah. I've never taken it before. It probably put me down. I can just sleep. If I stop moving long enough, I'll fall asleep. It doesn't matter what day it is. Doesn't matter what time it is. Doesn't matter how much coffee I've had. If I sit still long enough, I will fall asleep. What's up, Gio? Happy freedom. Nick. That's the only thing that's missing is ass whoopings. I used to get beat down on the regular. I believe it made me stronger. Yeah, Nick, that's how I feel too. I used to get my ass whipped all the time. Now people don't beat their kids, and now we got Antifa, and we got people shitting in litter boxes and everything else. But every time I talk about, disciplining your kids, having to whoop their ass and stuff, everybody gets all mad and so talks about how I'm a bad person and all this other shit. But there wasn't Antifa back then, so I don't know until somebody can answer that. I'm gonna stand on it. Guess I wish I could sleep like that. I could sleep like the fucking dead. I could sleep 13 hours straight, like no big deal. I don't know. I'd prefer to be asleep than awake. Life is hard. That's all I know. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, we're going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Beck Frank. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You could do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today. I'm sweating my ass off. From this Advent Calendar sent by Beck Frank. Now, I can't remember what day it is. I cannot remember. I know we're past day 10. 10 somewhere would be 11. Okay, we did 11. All right, where's 12? I'm gonna have to bust my toes out so we can count here. What are you looking at? Same for you. Now he just thinks all the Advent calendars are for him. What a spoiled Klaus. Let's see what we got. We got a doubly. I don't know if there was supposed to be 2 things in here, but there is. Oh, that's what she said, wasn't it? Anyways, let me see here. We got more recipes, which I think this is awesome. I think it's so cool that they put recipes in here. This is hot spiced cider. I don't know if we need to put some of that hot honey in it. Maybe. Come on, camera. Like, fucking humor me a little bit. $250 for a camera. It won't even fucking focus. Either way, hot spiced cider. Sounds really good. And then we also got braided bread, which we will have to read into that because I know how to braid hair, but I don't know how to braid bread. We're going to have to figure this out. And we're going to make weed bread. And it's going to be good stuff. Thank you so much, Beck Frank. Really appreciate you. Super cool stuff in this advent calendar. Well, hooligans, we're going to get into our funny videos here. This first one's by Who Through. Let's get this pulled up as quick as Discord will allow me. I remember now. All right, like I said, the first one was provided by Who Through, and it's titled Grandpa's Had Enough.
Today, I'm so thankful and honored to be nominated for this scholarship. Today, I have my grandfather. What's your name?
Wayne Calhoun.
Wayne Calhoun. And I chose him to be in this video with me because he has inspired me to be a great Democrat.
A race.
And this is...
A race. You got a race there.
You gotta be serious. It's for the scholarship.
What? You said Democrat.
It's a Democrat scholarship.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me that.
This is...
How you going to do all this now?
This is the Big D scholarship, and we are thanking Joe Biden for everything he's done.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Paul, it's for money.
Let's go.
She thought it was funny, but he didn't. She still got that Big D scholarship, though. Don't you worry. Either way. Getting into our official funny video of the day. This was provided by Get Some. Let's get this pulled up.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Quick. Are we not able to rewind the video? I don't know. We'll see. Either way, like I said, this was provided by Get Some, and it is titled Smoke 'em If You Got 'em.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought the breasts were going to be bigger.
Yeah, so did I.
The register was a real...
You must have gone to self-checkout.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and real.
Whoa, what are you doing?
It says spray on flat surfaces. My wife and I have been happily married for 2 years.
You've been married for 13.
Yeah, but only 2 of them were happy.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my...
Aaron, you left the toilet seat up and you're always watching the...
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
Poor guy. He's not with us any longer. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this Linktree link really quick. I'm going to drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Magic Moon Death Wish. Yeah, for real. How to not survive a marriage. Alright, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we've got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. And it is Friday, so if you get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com, you can join us in the voice chat, which is going to happen right after this live. It is a lot of fun. We're always laughing and researching things. So definitely go get yourself a paid membership for jeffmaclive.com. That way you can join us in the voice chat right after the live. Like I said, we're reading through. We got the pledge coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. Russell, love that guy. Yeah, cracks me up. Guess I wish I had that power. He must have like a plate on the back of his head, because he's just taking those blows like a champ. DCAT in the 80s. If you didn't whoop your kid, you weren't a good parent. I'm just saying. Yeah, when I was a little kid, I remember acting like a little asshole and people coming up to my grandma and be like, you need me to whoop his ass, or you gonna do it? Like, I remember like strangers like volunteering to whoop my ass because I was just a bad little kid. I just was. It's not like that now. Now everybody gets participation trophies and, well, they're free. Get your wiener knocked off for free. Crickets hot buttered rum cider. Yes. Sounds fantastic. Crickets, you don't sleep for shit? I'm sorry to hear that. I know I always feel for you guys that can't sleep. There's a couple people I know in real life that can't sleep and they hate that I can just chop. I can just be sleeping. I don't know. I'm either way. I can stay awake for very long periods of time and sleep 4 hours a day and still function. But then at the same time, I can literally sleep 13 hours and just be fine. Like, not get up, not have to piss, none of that. Just be sleep, dead body, laying there. And I've kind of always been that way. But I think it's because I didn't feel safe as a kid. So I couldn't sleep right until I got into like my late 20s. And so now when I sleep, I'm like dead. I'm dead. I got a giant cat. I got guns within 2 feet of me anywhere I am. So like, no reason I can't sleep, you know. So bless God giving me the ability to be able to knock out, because I know not being able to sleep when you need to really sucks. I totally understand that. Hair Juicer and Sad People Jail, they gave me a pill that would make me sleep 20 hours a day. Those were great, but didn't work out at home. Yeah, Hair Juicer. Well, and that's the other thing. It's like if I go to jail, I can sleep my ass off for like the first 3 or 4 days. I can just be asleep. But after that, I can't sleep anymore. It's too loud, and you know, you're in a room with criminals. I'll check it out, Zero. Thank you for letting me know. Flu. Ass whooping equals parent. No whooping equals terrible friend. Yeah. Well, and that's another problem that we have these days is parents want to be friends with their kids instead of being their parent, and that hurts them too in the long run. Paying wife by suicide. Yeah, exactly. DCAT, next year, the picnic, I'll probably bring up my granddaughter. I can't bring all of my grandchildren. I don't have a big enough bus. Yeah, DCAT. It's a good place for kids, though. Like, you guys all saw the lake out there, Silver Lake, and the sandbars a ways out there. So, like, there's plenty of room for kids to be able to play and be safe and all that at the Hooligan picnic. Meta hot honey and whiskey sour, I'm told is good. Just drizzle though. I mean, that does sound pretty good. Brig. Some of the worst ones I grew up with turned into police officers and served our country. Turned out just fine. Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Me and my friends used to be shitheads when I was little. I used to get my ass whooped, and they didn't. They're all dead drug addicts or in prison right now. And, well, I'm just here doing this. I have no desire to be a bad person or hurt other people or anything like that. I don't know. I'm a firm believer those ass whoopings work. Happy freedom to you, Mana. Appreciate you being with us. Cricket Kiss, self-soothing diddling incoming. I wasn't going to do that on the live, Cricket Kiss. You're just sitting here staring in my windows or what? That's self-soothing diddling. I never titled it before. Now I'm going to be so ashamed of myself. Self-soothing diddling. Fuck. Call me out right before we wrap the live up. Anyways, hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's figure out who we're raiding today. I am melting. It is so hot. Now, there is a ton of people live right now, but I want to see this person that Zero was suggesting really quick. I'm going to take a gander. Well, we might have to raid them. Let me see. We did Wilkie. We did Grim. We did Cat Dog. What day is it? Is it Thursday? Is it Friday? No, it's Friday today because we got the voice chat coming up. Who else did we do? Rotella. I think we got all the big guys. We haven't got Frag. But we do got tomorrow. We could get Frag tomorrow. Alright, let's do this. We're going to try someone new. Let's see how it goes. This is Misfit Electronic Gaming. And this is the first time we've rated them. So, make sure you hit that like button as soon as you land. And let's get raiding, you hooligans.
Setting up teams here of 3 or 4.
I only watch the Steamboat Mickey stuff. Steamboat Willie.
Hey, Jeff Mac. Thank you for the raid, Jeff Mac. It's a Jeff Mac raid.
Steamboat Willie killing people on the.
Jeff Mac raid.
Jeff Mac raid. Thank you. Thank you.
Jeff Mac represent.
Hell yeah, Jeff Mac.
Thank you, Jeff Mac. Thank you, Zero.
He's such a good dude.
Right.
Such a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more Jeff Mac.
Does anybody know one guy who might be able to
Dude,
join?
it's solid.
Thank you.
Let me yell at Cyrus.
Yeah, bring Cyrus in here.
Yeah, dude.
He does ask for him.
I guarantee Hitler is still alive and playing Halo 3.
Jeez.
Not everyone has Halo 2. Not everyone has Halo 2 installed.
Thank you.
I wish I could
What the
flip
fuck?
that.
I have them all installed.
Hey, someone's missing Halo 2, so I'm gonna have to do process of elimination here. Okay?
Pause.
It's not me.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. I think we were overwhelming them over there. That's alright. Good stuff. Anyways, we're going to read through really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Tomorrow is Free Speech Saturday, so no YouTube, no Twitch tomorrow. We will be live on Kick, Rumble, jeffmaclive.com, as well as X. So use the Linktree link in the video description in order to make your way to a better platform tomorrow. Like I said, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We're going to read through them. We're wrapping her up. Yeah, Zero. It was a good raid. Hey, thanks for being here, 10 Man. I heard you, sir. I wanted to do a dune buggy ride along. It was only $25 a person at the Mac Dune rides or whatever. I haven't done that. I haven't done anything that everybody does here. I don't know why. I've never rode the Badger, never been on the dunes or anything like that. Lived here damn near my whole life. Thanks for being here, J Spray. Thanks for being here, Musky Boss. Appreciate you, hooligans. Enjoy the rest of your night. If I don't see you in the voice chat. Thank you, Rappy. You're a badass, Hooligans Island. Appreciate you, guys. Appreciate you, Flu. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your night. Some self-soothing diddling. I didn't know that was a thing. Big fan. Big fan of that. Meta. My leg is not doing good, and I'm gonna have to go back to the doctor, I guess. I don't know. At this point, I don't think they can fix me. Thank you, Odd. Thank you, Cheeky Chops. Thank you, Simply Witchy. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you, Southern Eagleman. All right, hooligans. I think we're good to go. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. It is Free Speech Saturday, so we will not be on the soft platforms tomorrow, so don't forget. Also, get yourself a paid membership over on jeffmaclive.com. You can join us for the voice chat. We do it every Friday. It is a lot of fun. And even if you miss me, the hooligans will be in the voice chat probably till like 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's how it goes over here. I think that's everything. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Find yourself some good food. I'm going to try and do the same really quick before the voice chat if I can. But please be safe out there. I think that's everything. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here, helping me cover the news. And thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. I feel like there's something I'm supposed to be telling you. I don't know what it is. And as soon as I end the live, I'm going to remember. Klaus Daniels, what am I forgetting? It's not that high. He acts like he's dying. Either way. Go be the fantastic hooligans you are, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.